For those who rewatch, it's just you and I, private right now. Just want to tell you, Merry Christmas! Happy Christmas Eve. How do we say that? Is it Merry Christmas Eve? Happy Christmas Eve? Is there like a special salute for Christmas Eve? If there is, I don't know what it is. You guys can let me know when you come in. I cannot hear out of my ear. So if I talk a little weird or a little loud or a little too low, just let me know in the comments because I am still... Good morning, my friend. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Michelle. I am still fighting this. It's not COVID at this point, I know. Right? Stop screaming. If I do, seriously, if I talk too loud or too low, let me know because I cannot hear out of this ear. And I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. It feels like there's a fishbowl over my head. It's really weird, but I'm clogged up. I know it's not COVID at this point. Merry Christmas, Anna, but I am still dealing with the symptoms. Merry Christmas, Linda. Well, how do we say it? Is it Merry Christmas Eve or is it Happy Christmas Eve? Like I don't think I've ever said anything like that. The only one I'm really good at is when it's Christmas. When it's New Year's Eve and you go, see you next year. I always love saying that. See you next year. And I'm just a big goofball. But please forgive me. If seriously, you're not going to offend me. Tell me if I'm talking too loud. Because I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. Everything sounds really weird. You did, Michelle. Which ones? Like how far back? When I was in the farmhouse and I called it the blue room. That was my filming room. Merry Christmas, Carol. Is it Merry Christmas Eve? Merry Christmas Eve, Carol. Or was it how far back? I've been on YouTube for a while. Merry Christmas, Roxana. I have to have my coffee. The warmth, like it's the only thing that seems to like open me up is coffee. Like I don't feel as congested. I don't know what this is, but this is nuts. I've had COVID about 3 or 4 times, and this is the worst I've ever had it. I praise God with everything that I am worth that this did not go in my chest. I'm just all congested here. I can't even imagine having this in my chest. So I praise God for that. But this has lingered now for like, it's going to go on here for almost a month. Like it's nuts. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I still sound weird. Before you moved to New Jersey, like right before. Oh, when I was in the mobile home. I think that was Donna. Good morning, Donna. Merry Christmas. I was sick 3 weeks, but it wasn't COVID. My doctor gave me a prescription for Flonase from my nose. Still a little stuffy. Oh, Merry Christmas. Norma, I was watching from the farmhouse. Oh, that's some old ones, Rebecca. Yes, when I was in the mobile home. Okay. It's so weird. When you can't hear out of your ear and you talk, it's not as bad when other people talk to you, but when you talk, like I can actually hear myself swallow. Like I hear popping in my ear when I swallow. It is so weird. It is annoying. All right, I'm going to stop complaining. I have too much to be grateful for to complain. Yeah. I had some adventures in the mobile home. And then if you go all the way back, even further when I was in the, well, good morning. What a nice surprise to see that you're live. I said I might go, I didn't know how I was going to feel, but I'm okay. As long as you guys don't care about the way I sound, we're going to do it. Happy Christmas Eve, Arlene. But if you go all the way back to like the blue room, when I was in the farmhouse in Pennsylvania, those are some old ones. But I got a lot of homemaking ones in that one. That's when I was kind of like in my But see, you were on, thought I'd come in and say Merry Christmas. Hi, Kelly. She's a long-time subscriber. I know she's been with me for quite a long time. She'll tell you. Kelly, but Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful one, honey. I had some anxiety yesterday. Oh, I understand. I really do. A lot of people have been telling me they've been having some anxiety. I've been praying for you. Oh, thank you, Luann. I appreciate that. She is very, very sick. You remember the farmhouse? I knew you would, Kelly. She'll probably tell you. I lived in Pennsylvania, Blue Giraffes. I lived in PA, about 45 minutes from Pittsburgh. Everybody seems to know where Pittsburgh is. I was like outside of Pittsburgh. But I was more in my crafting era in the farmhouse in Pennsylvania. So there was a lot of like Dollar Tree DIYs. One year, there's an old video from there from Christmas where I DIY'd my 9-foot Christmas tree all from Dollar Tree. If I can find any of these videos, I'll try to put them out somewhere. But they're on there. They're in my Christmas playlists. You have to go way down. But like one year in the farmhouse, I had a 9-foot Christmas tree because my farmhouse was huge. I had a 9-foot Christmas tree, and I decorated the whole thing in Dollar Tree. And I did a ton of Dollar Tree DIYs. That was like my DIY era. Happy Christmas Eve, Kimberly. Is that how you first found me? You were into the big loaded envelopes. Yes, I did tons of paper crafting. That was my crafting and DIY era. Is that how you found me too, Rebecca? I remember participating in swaps. Yes. A long time. I don't do those anymore because my channel got so big. I did not know how, because my channel was pretty small back then. And I didn't know how, as my channel grew, how I was going to handle, like, let's say 500 swaps. It was to the point where it was already at almost 100. And that about made me bonkers. Trying to swap everybody's pocket letters and stuff. I didn't know how I was going to handle much more of that the more my channel grew, because it was a lot. Good morning, Tamika. And on top of that, too, postage was going way up. And then some people didn't want to do it because it was so expensive. Merry Christmas, Laura from New York. Hi, Missy. I'm glad I'm catching you live. I just did a something grocery haul video and totally forgot today is your live. You still sound like, yeah, I don't feel good. I feel, thank you for your prayers. I don't feel the best. Savannah's very sick. I still sound yucky. So that's why I stopped doing that. But that was one of my absolute favorite things that I have ever done on my channel. Really and truly, totally have enjoyed when you do your crafting. I do too. I love it. And in fact, we're having lobster mac and cheese today for supper. How far away from you am I to you, Kimberly? Do you want some company? Are you staying in for the holidays? Hi. Let's see, how do you pronounce your name? Mainly Italian. Hi, Missy and everyone. Good morning here. No, I talked to my grandma and my mom this morning. I'm not contagious. I don't have COVID any longer. So my husband and I are going to go over for a little bit, but Savannah is not. And we have presents, so we're going to go drop off presents, and we're going to eat dinner with them, and then we're going to leave and bring back dinner for Savannah. You're fancy. That's what I said. I'll save you play. Okay, well, it'll take me a while to get there, but I'm coming. So, we're not going to stay super long because I don't want to leave Savannah alone all day Christmas. But I'm going to go. She's in the same boat I was in. I did not have an appetite at all. I almost had like food aversion. I would try to eat because I needed to eat to take meds, and it would make my stomach roll, and that's kind of where she's at. So I'm not real concerned about bringing her home dinner, but we're gonna bring her home something, whatever. I don't know what my grandmother's having. If I know her, it's like spiral ham and macaroni and cheese, you know, the typical Christmas dinner stuff. But we're gonna go. My husband and I, she's not. As I talked to my mom this morning, I was like, you still hear me, but I'm not contagious. I took another COVID test. It came back negative. I think this is just going to linger for a while. We're going to my brother's house. My dad is making Croatian food. Now, I've never had that. Oh, thank you. Bless my heart. I've never had Croatian food, ever. I bet you it's yummy, though. Like, what kind of, like, don't they do something braised? I could be totally wrong, though. Hello, Missy and friends. Just jumping on real quick. Baking up a storm. What you baking, Linda? I must add your suggestion for your sausage gravy using canned milk was the best. Isn't it? It totally makes the sausage gravy taste totally different. I'm glad you tried it. My name is Crystal. Okay. I live in Maine in the USA. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Teresa. I might even eat it with my little old pinky finger up in the air. I can so see you doing that, Kimberly. Like, I'm so debonair. Good morning, Lori. How are you? I think it's Merry Christmas Eve. I'm fancy. Has anybody ever heard that stupid song, Fancy, by Iggy? I forget her name. It's an old song, but every time you say that, that's the song that plays in my head, Fancy. I don't remember her name, Iggy Pop or something like that. I don't know. It was an old song. And they kind of like mock Clueless. No, like Clueless. Look it up. It's called Fancy. No, not Reba. It's Iggy, I-G-G-Y. I-G-G. It's a secular song, but it's called Fancy. It's funny. I know. Look at all these beautiful peoples we have here for Christmas Eve. I debated on whether to go live today because I sound caca and I might have to blow my nose. But the cookies were delicious. She did a fantastic job. I thought I was going to be able to freeze some of those, but nope. My husband, and she wasn't sick at the time, they ate them up. In and out. I'm still in the throes of cooking. God bless everyone. Okay, Mega Lori 50. Merry Christmas. Do your bacon thing, girl. Oh, thank you, Arlene. I appreciate you. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And real quick, I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm just going to say, I want to apologize to those who are kind of like over the, they're gone. I know my husband's absolute favorite is the peanut butter blossom. So he doesn't eat like 3. He eats like 8 at a time. He has 2 handfuls when he sits down to eat those. They don't last long here. But I just want to apologize to you guys for the lingering hate comment stuff. I had other YouTubers reach out to me and were saying that the same people with the same handles were leaving similar comments on their channels as well. And collectively we were talking and we were like, well, maybe if we expose them more, they would, leave us alone. So that's kind of like why I kind of like addressed other comments. But I agree with you guys. We're just not gonna acknowledge them anymore. And I know tons of you are like, just block them, just block them. I do. I block them every single time. And what they do is they go and make another YouTube account and come in because that handle's blocked. But if they go in and make another YouTube account underneath a new email address, that's it. Iggy Azalea. You got it, Vicky Vale. Merry Christmas. They come in and they have access to my channel again. They're sneaky. But I'm just going to leave it alone. They just whatever. It is whatever. So I just apologize. I don't want you guys to get sick of me. It's just sometimes you just want to stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? But it is. I need to have a different standpoint. I love Jesus and I'm supposed to love my haters. And I have to love them and I have to forgive them and I just have to let it go. It's just that they scritch something when they, we're talking about my daughter. But I have to leave it alone. And if they keep making different accounts and keep coming back in, I'll just keep on blocking them. That's all. So just forgive me. I have to forgive them and just let it go. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. You're a mama bear too. I am too, Crystal. I'm fiercely protective of my own. So it's, I don't know, it scratches. Like, it's an itch in me that I have to scratch. Like, no, you're not going to talk about my peoples. But I have to show the love of Christ. And I'm being tested in this. Can you tell? If I'm going to sit here on national television, YouTube, I don't know, this isn't national television. What is this considered? I don't know what this is called. But if I'm going to sit here on public and tell everybody that I love them and that Jesus loves them too, then I have to walk according to Christ. So I'm being tested in this. I think it's hard to get so many you should comments. It is. It's very hard, Vicky. Everybody telling you what they think you should do and how you should handle it. And it can be a little overwhelming. The twig snaps pretty loudly. Yes, it does, Lori. Italian. She was growling. Yep, forgiven. Just pray for them. Agreed. Merry Christmas, Missy, and everyone here. Merry Christmas, Carmela. Wait. Carmela. Merry Christmas and a very happy. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Kimberly, something is sticking with me right now about what Jesus said about being meek. Yes, about being meek. Being meek and humble, I agree. I thought about that too, Michelle, as you said that. Do you know that when they were spitting, it is very hard to be underneath the microscope, and you're not going to make everybody happy. It's as simple as that. But I do understand what you're saying. You know, when Jesus was standing in front of Pilate and the kings and stuff, and they were accusing him of all of these things that he was innocent of, and spitting in his face and pulling his beard, he stood silent. He didn't say anything. And that's why he's without sin. And I need to be more like my Jesus. It's so hard. And I really, really, really think I'm being tested in this. Savannah, Vicky, she's very sick. She's very sick right now. Yeah, she's very sick. She is definitely in the throes of, I have not tested her for COVID, but if I had to imagine, that's what she has. She has a really bad body aches. She can't eat. I never had a fever with mine, and I keep checking her. She doesn't have a fever either, but. Oh, thank you, Linda. So I get vocal. Yes. Do you know that nasty people are the problem, not yours? Oh, thank you, Chris. Do you know that it's so funny that you said that? I hope your daughter feels better. My mom got COVID right now. Oh, it's terrible. This is awful. Right now, I feel I need to be meek. Say less, be still. I understand. I totally understand, Michelle. It is so hard to do. Or something similar. Yeah, you're not supposed to throw your pearls before swine. Yep. Just swipe your hands off and move on. I know Jesus had to do the same thing. In his hometown, what did it say Jesus had to do? He had to dust off his sandals, wipe his hands, and move on because they wouldn't receive from him. If I could, I would bring a milkshake, a good book, and some homemade chicken noodle soup. Oh, yeah, chicken noodle soup, shebash. I'm baking and listening at the same time. Oh, Donna, what are you baking? Yes, zinc, vitamin D, Mucinex, and zinc. Oh, you said zinc. Zinc's a big one. Mucinex. Yes, everybody's going through a hard time. That's why I made this video. That's why I made the video yesterday. I know they are. And I really think I'm being tested and all this stuff too about being quiet, being meek. It's just really hard for me. Like I was getting ready to say, I come from a long line of very vocal, domineering, overpowering women who say what is on their mind. without a fault, regardless of how they may rub someone the wrong way. The women in my family are very headstrong. They can be very critical. They can be very overbearing. I hate it when I see it, but I don't always see it in myself. And I worry about that. That is one of the things that I worry about a lot, especially when it comes to my own kids and my husband. I don't want to be that critical, judgmental, overbearing, super vocal, critical voice. I want to be loving and meek and kind. And sometimes I feel like I don't always hit the head because it's not how I was brought up. I love my mom and I understand why she did some of the things that she did, but my mom was a yeller. But it just goes down the line, you know. So I try very hard not to be a yeller, and I'm pretty good at not yelling. I don't yell, but I do have that inflection in my tone, and even if I don't say anything, my face says it all. I do not know how to hide my face. I may not say anything, but if you look over at me and you look at my face, you know exactly what I'm thinking. I don't know how to control my face yet. You're still very protective of your son. I get it. I'm like that too. It's something God is trying to snatch out of me. I am too. I think that's why I'm being tested in this right now on my channel. I'm being tested in, but I have a really, I can be quiet. I really truly can, because I've been, you know, there's things that happened at like family dinners and things like that, and I can be quiet. But then people will look over at me and they'll be like, ooh. And then I'll be like, oh God. It's my face. Exactly. Oh no. You still have wrapping to do. I was only able to buy for for like 2 family members. Everybody else, I got gift cards. I just couldn't do it. I love your honesty. No, really, you are. I saw nothing wrong in how you talked. You're both great. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Crystal. I'm going to keep saying your name. Crystal, Crystal, Crystal. So I learn it. If I'm quiet, you better watch out because the storm is coming. I get it. I get it. That was my problem. Really and truly, that was my problem. I knew myself, and I even said it in the video. If I didn't address that with what happened with Savannah, by the end of the night, I was going to be boiling. So I just wanted to say a little bit so that I could just get it off my chest. And the only way to do it is to make a video, because how else are they going to see or hear? You know what I mean? So, good morning and happy Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve! I'm blaming all my Southern roots. Trying to be better. My husband always says my face shows it all. Yeah, me too. I can be quiet, but my face can't. My face can't be quiet. Not be a Christian thing to do, but it's one thing to mess with me, but you don't mess with my kids. I agree. I have a really hard time drawing the line there. I have a really hard time drawing the line too with my husband too. My husband's not understood a lot of the times either, and he gets some, and I say some things to people about him as well. I'm exactly the same way. It's good that you called these mean people out. Well, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. But I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to screenshot their stuff. I'm just, your channel, your choice. I agree. I'm just going to leave it alone from here on, though. I need to do a bit before church and after church and maybe late into the night. Oh, no. That's a lot of wrapping. When you have a lot of wrapping to do, I'll give you a secret. Go to the Dollar Tree and buy bags. And put everything in a bag. I've done that. I've waited to the last minute to do wrapping, and then I have everything in front of me, and I'm like, oh, snap. It'll be quicker for me to go to the Dollar Tree and buy 13 bags and just put groups of things together in bags and tissue paper and call it a day. Exactly. Ignore them and block them. You have to ignore your haters. Yeah. I have to face filter low. I can't play poker face. I don't have a poker face at all. At all. Ignorance can never be justified. I agree. You're headed to work. Merry Christmas, Rebecca. Have a wonderful one, hun. No, I have not, Jennifer. And it is odd. All of a sudden, everybody's just quiet. But you know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. One girl, oh wait, I have 4 boys, 1 girl, and there isn't much we wouldn't do to protect our family. Yep. Or go to jail for anyone, including grandchildren. Linda, I kind of have the same mentality. So it's best just to ignore them, right? It's so hard to gauge what's best. But as far as the drone thing, you know what happened is what they did, and I didn't know that this could happen. Everybody was sending up their own drones, you know, little drones. I have a little drone. My drone's like this big. So what they did is, I didn't know they can do this. They did something to all the cell towers and the grid and everything. And what they did was they put out this electric pulse or something like that that wouldn't allow drones to fly. So YouTubers, police, anybody that had like home drones kept trying to send their drones up and they wouldn't take up off the ground. Or if they could get them up, they wouldn't move. They would just hover and they weren't able to bring them back down. And here to come find out, they put out this thing. They're calling it like a pulse so that drones couldn't be in the area. So I don't know if that's why all of a sudden it got quiet, because they sent this thing out that drones literally can't fly in our airspace, or if something else is going on. But no, I have not seen any since. So Vector was our military the whole time. I bet you too. I bet you it was too. Absolutely. I think it was our military. I have to tell you though, like some of them looked really weird. Some of them looked like things that you would see in like Star Wars. That's the thing that was freaky. Like, why would our military have drones that look like that? And like I said, they didn't, like my drone makes a whooshing sound. Most drones have like 4 propellers and they These didn't make that sound. They like hummed. It was weird. They were weird. They were really weird. And some of them looked like they really looked like something out of like Star Wars. Like they looked like, I can't even explain it. They looked really weird. And they were huge. They were really big. But I don't know. I haven't seen any, heard any since. And they were looking for my Christmas tree. My Christmas tree would be very hard to find. But no, I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. Look at some of our planes look like bats. Yeah, I guess. The bats. These were weird. They were weird though. They sounded weird too. I don't know. It's one of those things you have to experience yourself and see with your own eyes, because you know how like when that happens, I'm very intuitive to almost to a fault. And like, you know how you get like an impression and a feeling, they just didn't feel right is the only thing I have to say. I am not saying that they're aliens. It just didn't feel right. That's all I know how to say it. No, I don't do the vaccines. No, I don't do the vaccines. I've had COVID like 4 times and I never had to go to the hospital with it or anything like that. This time though has been the longest like effects that I had with it though. But no, I don't do the vaccines. That's just my own personal principle, I guess. We don't do the vaccines. I just believe when you get it and you build up your own immunities. But anyways, that's what I heard. You haven't got the COVID yet? That's awesome. I got COVID before we knew it was COVID, if that made sense. I got something that was horrible and the doctors kept saying, I don't know what this is. And then like not even 2.5 weeks, the first case of COVID hit the States. So I'm almost positive I had COVID and didn't know it was COVID, thought it was the flu. I got it 4 years ago, and to this day still have a salty taste in my mouth and my lips. I know I'm getting COVID because this happened to me this time too. When one day I smell something absolutely horrible, like it's in my nostrils, and then the next day I can't smell or taste anything. I know right away I had COVID. That's my telltale sign. That would be very annoying. If you didn't, would you have been a cold so I wouldn't know? If I didn't, I would have been a cold so I wouldn't know. You're a pioneer. COVID was here, I think, before they said it was. I think so too, Michelle. Absolutely. That's why I said I think I had it before we knew what it was. Because I went to the doctors with it, and the doctor kept saying, I don't know what this is, but we're just going to treat it like the flu. So they didn't give me no medicine or anything like that. I just wrote it out. But it was intense. And then, like I said, like 2 weeks after I got it, that's like when the first COVID hit the States, way back like in 2020. Since 2020, I've had this 4 times, though. Really, no, COVID is really, really bad here in New Jersey. COVID and RSV is like running rampant here in New Jersey. So they just made a, it's not a law. I said that in my video the other day. It's not a law. That's not what I meant. It's a mandate, like a mandate. They do sit on the third of lies. Here in New Jersey, maybe New York too, I'm not sure. But like if you go into any medical building or hospital, they're mandating you again to wear masks. You don't have to wear masks like in a public place like a Walmart or anything like that. But any medical building, they're mandating you to wear masks because, excuse me, do they smell like beef and cheese too? Wait, what? What did I miss? What was I saying? Oh, because the COVID and RSV is so bad here. I got COVID from my test. I know you guys didn't see it, but it's on my TikTok. I videoed actually me taking the test of the barium, you know, where you have to drink the dye and they watch it go down. They let me film in there, and I filmed me doing that, and it's on my TikTok because I'm documenting pre-surgery and post-surgery on my TikTok. And I know because literally 2 days later is when I got this. So I know, I got COVID from the hospital. So, are you asking me, Kimberly, what's my favorite color? Teal. Before it was announced. Yeah, Donna, I think I did too. Oh, elf references. The beer bug is super bad. Only difference now is that the cases aren't reported. What? What's a beer bug? I didn't know. I never even heard of that. No, I go the day after Christmas the 26th to see the surgeon for the 3rd time. That's my last time, except for the one right before the surgery. So I'm hoping the 26th is when I will get my surgery date because I did all of my testing. Everything is done except for the stress test, because I think I told you guys they canceled my stress test, my chemical stress test, because my insurance wouldn't pay for it. That was another thing. Okay. Now I got you, Corona beer. Yeah, I get it. Okay. It took me a minute. I don't know if I told you guys that. You remember me asking you if anybody you had a chemical stress test because I didn't know what they were? Yeah, I still can't eat. I'm still like, Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Have a Merry Christmas. I adore you. Oh, God, I don't know what I was saying. Oh, yeah, I was asking you guys if you guys had ever had any of you had ever had a chemical stress test, because I had never. So they called me the day before and canceled it because my insurance wouldn't cover it. My insurance will only cover a standard stress test, which is when you get on the treadmill. And I said this from the beginning. I was like, I could do that. But anyways, they were like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, can I come in to do it now? And they're like, no, you have to reschedule that. I'm like, listen, I don't understand this. You have a 4-hour time blocked off for me to come in and have a chemical stress test. Why can't I come in that time for me that you had blocked off for that 4 hours and have a regular stress test? Why do I have to wait all the way to the 31st? Does that make any sense to you guys whatsoever? Like, why couldn't I come in during my regular time and just switch it from a chemical to a regular stress test? Why did I have to reschedule a regular stress test? Because they told me it was going to take 4 hours for a chemical. So if they had a 4-hour block of time taken off for me to have a chemical stress test, why couldn't I come at the same exact time to take a regular stress test? Why did I have to reschedule? And then the only time they had open was the 31st. Does that sound stupid? Like, is it just me? Is it just me? Or was I stupid? I even told him on the phone, too. I was like, I have to see my surgeon on the 26th. This better not delay me getting my surgery date because all of my tests were supposed to be done before the 26th. Pre-authorization or the equipment already scheduled for someone else, maybe. Oh, you may be very right. I didn't think about that. I don't think I need pre-authorization because they denied me and said I had to do the regular stress test. But you may be right. They may have already had appointments for the regular stress test. That I didn't think of. Maybe they couldn't squeeze me in. But it was just so aggravating because it was like, you have 4 hours set aside for me. You mean to tell me somewhere in that 4 hours you can't squeeze me in to run on a treadmill for a few minutes? So I could just get it done? This better not delay my getting my surgery date on the 26th. That's all I gotta say. But I don't think it will because it literally is my last appointment with her before the day before I have surgery. I have to see her the day before surgery. So, and she told me 4 appointments. So I'm thinking this has to be the appointment. They're going to give me my surgery date. Ma'am, you failed the phone stress test. Yes. I know, I get heated in the moment. You're just like, I was ready to do stress test today. I don't want to wait till the 31st. Equipment because I was supposed to get a stress test, but I wanted a non-chemical one. So I canceled mine and then gave up because the doctors are too annoying. I get it. I'm not going to give up, though, because if I don't get my stress test, I don't get surgery. So I'm going to do it. I'll just wait till the 31st. But I wanted to have it on the 10th when I was scheduled. But whatever. And now I'm, like, really upset. No, I'm not upset. I'm just like, if I would have had the stress test the day I was supposed to, it would have been before I got COVID, because now I'm a little worried that I'm going to go into the doctor's or go in for my stress test and it's not going to be as par as it should be because I'm dealing with all of this. And I'm praying to God the day after Christmas when I go to my doctor's, when I go see the surgeon, I don't sound like a mess and her be like, are you sick? So I don't want to lie and be like, no, I'm not sick, I'm fine at all, And that delay my surgery because I'm not, 100%. Hello, Chrissy. Merry Christmas Eve morning, lovies. Hoping you're feeling much better. I'm I'm a little but I'm doing better. I can laugh and I can sit up and I can sit at my desk. I couldn't even get my head up off the pillow. Thank you, Vicky Vale. I love your name, Vicky Vale. Is that your real name, Vicky Vale? Like, maybe I shouldn't ask you that. But I was just wondering because Vicky Vale is from Batman. And I was just wondering, like, is your real name Vicky Vale? Or does that your handle because, like, you have a thing for Batman or something, But it's really none of my business, so. Anyways, that's where my mind went. But yes, someone put in here Iggy Azalea. That is the song I was talking about. It's called Fancy. If you want to go in and listen to it later. Okay, Christine. Right, Christina. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing very well with that at all. I'm really trying to do well with my protein. When I was super sick, I didn't eat at all. And then when I needed to eat because my stomach was growling and I was starting to get dizzy, I ate soup, and soup is full of salt. Because I didn't have anybody to make me. You know, when Mama gets sick, there's nobody to make her homemade chicken noodle soup unless she gets up and makes it. And I was not making myself chicken noodle soup. So I was eating like a cup of noodles. Pox chicken noodle soup. And that stuff is horrible. It's full of salt, but it's all I could do. Happy New Year! I finished my Advent journal this morning. Ooh, it's a little sad to be done. Time to make a new journal, I guess. Yes, what kind of journal? What did you do for your Advent journal? Hello, Kathy. Merry Christmas. I didn't do half the things I wanted to do for December. Like half. I was not well. I've been reading. I did read a lot of books. Guess that was good. I read like four books. That's pretty good. And for those of us who read books with me over the summer, we read Fourth Wing and Merry Christmas, and I forget the name of the other one. Something Storm or something. I don't know. We read the second one. The third one is coming out January 20th. If I'm not having surgery, I paid for it, so you watch. They'll give me my surgery date, and it'll be on like the 20th or around there. You watch. I paid for it. I paid to go to the midnight release party at my Barnes & Nobles. So I am Kathy. I am on Goodreads under Missy Reynolds. I am on Goodreads. I read a lot. I love to read. I just sat down. I will show it to you. I just before this sat down and started writing some notes for a new book I want to work on. I want to write PG-13 romance books because a lot of the books that I read, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, they're fantastic. They're great books. I just don't understand why they have to have such graphic happy time scenes. Like, why do they have to be so graphic? Why can't we just allude to what happened and then move on? Like, I don't need the whole detail, 5 pages long of details of what's happening. I just want the story. I'm behind so bad. I'm wrapping, baking, and making candy today. And then church and lights and hot cocoa. Aww. You feel like you're bouncing off the walls. Are you feeling better, though? Are you feeling better? Are you sleeping better, Lori? Oh, God, Kathy, it's terrible. It's horrible. And it's such a shame because the book without those scenes in it is just as good. Like, you don't need all of that. You can have some steam and some romance and understand the, like, intense whatever, like, intensity between the two characters without, like, writing corn, if you will. Like, and the story is so good. Like, why do you put all that crap in there? So I'm like, maybe I'll be the oddball and write romance novels with no corn. Just PG-13. So I'm thinking about it. But anyways, would you read a book like that? PG-13 romance novel? There might be some out there. I don't know. I don't know very many of them. My very first book, Kathy, took me about a year. And then the 2 after took me just a few months. Because then I knew what I was doing. About those scenes, Missy, I read a lot of Christian romance to avoid blushing. I like Christian, I don't know how to explain it. I like Christian romance books, but at the same time, they always seem to be missing. I like fantastical kind of like, listen, I was raised in the 80s. Like, we were led to believe that unicorns and rainbow people and Smurfs and, like, I don't know. I just have, like, I like fantastical. I like I really enjoyed this Quicksilver book because I'd never read books about fae or fairies before. And it was very informative and it was very interesting. Now, do I believe that there's fairies? No, of course I don't. It's just fantasy. I like those elements of those kinds of books, and a lot of Christians don't write about that kind of stuff because I guess it's taboo. So that's why I don't read a lot of Christian fiction. I like to read about like the fantastical stuff, but those books always seem to have like explicit corn in them, and you're just like, it's so unnecessary. So I have to like I said in my video yesterday, you're just like, oh, that's where we're going. I was just kind of, okay, now the story picks up. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my God, Michelle, it's so good. And on audio, on audio, it's going to be really hard to skip over those scenes. So I was waiting for somebody to ask me, well, if you listened it on audio, why do you have the paperback book? You know why I went and bought the paperback book? Because I kind of held the book in my hand while I was listening to it on audio so that when I knew those scenes were coming, I can take the speed thingy. Because you know how like on Audible, when you listen to it, you can take the speed and make it really, really high so they talk faster. I would take the speed thingy, take it all the way to the end. So that it was like I couldn't hear nothing. It was just going until I knew like it came to the end. And then I turned it all the way down. That's why I bought the book. But on audio, that book is amazing. That the voice actors for that book are amazing. And the sub character, Carrion Swift, he is hilarious. That book had me cackling. I was sick with COVID. I did not feel it. And oh my God, it was hilarious. Oh, you like that kind of stuff? You ain't skipping? I can handle a little bit of it, you know, like I can handle some romance. I just don't need to know, like, you know what I think it is? I think it's the words they use. Like, they use very graphic, disgusting words. I think that's what it is for me. It's the words that they use. I don't know. And like I said, as a writer, I just cannot picture a writer sitting behind their computer writing these scenes with a straight face. And it makes me laugh. I don't know. This is weird. This is weird. It is. But you know what I love, Vicky? What I love is that I love to be able to like do dishes or color. And I feel like I'm killing two birds with one stone. So like when I'm doing dishes or like sweeping or I'm coloring at my desk or I'm working on something, like I'm reading a book too. But I do love to read. I have a Kindle, so a lot of times I just read books on my Kindle. But sometimes I want the actual physical book in my hand. But for those of us who love books, oh my gosh. If I'm not having surgery or have had surgery, I'm going to try to film that if they allow me, the midnight release of, it's a midnight release party at, hi Laura, Merry Christmas. Holding a book and turning it is part of the experience. Absolutely. I love the way books smell. Do you know that's my favorite part of going to a library is the way libraries smell? Because books should have a smell. You know what I mean? When you walk into like a library, especially an old library, that smell. If they could put that in a candle, Vintage books are the best. I love going into used bookstores. There's not very many around here by me. I had a really nice one when I used to live in Pennsylvania, but there isn't very nice there. At least I don't know of any near me here. We are all such good girls. Aw. Oh, girl, yeah, I know. I was really worried about you too, Lori. I had to go back. Oh, that smell is the best. I love libraries. I do too. I take my daughter to the library quite often. It's one of our places, our favorite places to go. Just to spill. Just like, that's the smell of mildew, Missy. I have to really blow my nose, guys, so I'm going to go over here and do it, and I'm really sorry about the sound, okay? Oh, God, it's so gross. I don't understand where all this comes from. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know that's so nasty, but I have no way to pause it. Maybe somebody tell me, can I mute my mic when I do that? I have no idea, but I can't pause it. Hello from... Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm doing a little better. My daughter's really sick, though. Southern California. Hello, Carolyn. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Nose blowing ASMR. That's disgusting. I'm so sorry. Oh, you sound like a goose. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's so gross. Like, where does all that come from? Yes. Merry Christmas, Carolyn. Yes, I want her to get better too. It's so nasty. It's like, where does all that come from? It's horrible. I sit back in my chair sometimes and I'm like, I don't understand where all this comes from. Oh, Lisa from Rhode Island, new subscriber. Oh, you're so welcome here. Welcome to the Lovey Tribe. We welcome you with open arms from Rhode Island. What's the weather like up there? Yeah, clogged sinuses. It's disgusting. Like, how do we produce that much? Ugh, like, where does all that come from? My whole life, and you are my... Oh, really? Where? Do you mind me asking, like, where in New Jersey you lived? If you don't have to answer, because I know this is like, it's the interwebs. So I get it. If you don't want to answer, it's fine. No pressure. I understand. Cold and snowy. Aw, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. It was just, I just filmed it, so you'll see it in the day after Christmas video. It was hailing here. It was like really hailing. Morris County. I think I know that's more east of me, I think. Yesterday I watched a video from 8 years ago. You told us stories. Really? What stories was I telling? Because I love to tell stories. From Long Island, Merry Christmas. I know where Long Island is. Hey, Missy. Hello from Ridgewood. Ridgewood! Gained on Ozempic. Oh, that's incredible. So you had it in 2021. Did you lose all of your weight and then kind of like gain 30 pounds? Hello from Illinois. You caught alive. My pants got bleached. Yeah, I've had some moments. I think I remember that story. And to all my sister lovies today. Aw, thank you, Kimberly. We love you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful year. So, does anybody want to know what my word for 2025 is? I already know. I already know what my word is. It is 2025. Wait. Let me say it right. 2025, the year to thrive. That's going to be my motto for 2025. Lost 80 pounds and then started to gain. That's amazing, though. 80 pounds, that's amazing. That's going to be my motto for 2025. Thank you. 2025, the year to thrive. That's a rapper. You guys crack me up. Oh my God, that's why I love you. That is why you are my tribe. You is my people. Hey, we could somehow tribe and thrive. Hey, that rhymes. Somehow we have to put that in there. 2025, the tribe's gonna thrive. Ah! I love it. Oh my God. Shanty, is that how you say your name? Hi, hello, you're welcome here. Thrive with the tribe. That's right. Isn't that good? Oh my God. The tribe's gonna thrive. Oh my God. I'm going to make that a handle on the channel. I'm going to make us shirts. Girls, I'm going to make us shirts. Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be working on it today. I'll be on Canva making us shirts. I choose not to get to sleep because I have stomach issues already. 80 pounds! That's amazing, Satin. Love the new subscribers. Yes, we love you. Time to thrive. You can't get there. Then Missy will drop. We should be a rapper. We should be a rap group. No, I'm rhyming in my head. Oh my God, this is great. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is so great. You guys make my day. The funniest vlog I saw all month was all day when you put up your tree. I had a good look. The Charlie Brown tree. Yeah, but listen, she's a beaut. She is hanging in there strong. She has not dropped any of her needles. She didn't have much to drop to begin with, but she hasn't dropped any of her needles. And it is definitely a memory that we will never forget, our very first Christmas tree. I'm starting to think that that was not the tree we tagged. Because I've asked my sister like twice, oh, you love my tree? Because my sister and my brother-in-law went with us to tag the tree. And I asked her like twice, Michelle, like seriously, does this look like the tag we treed out in the wilderness? And she's like, no, this does not look like the same tree. She's so fancy. That's my tree's theme song. She's so fancy. She's a precious tree. We love her. She'll definitely go down in the Reynolds history, that's for sure. But seriously, she hasn't dropped any needles or anything, so that's good. No, my husband and I have already discussed it early, and we've already said if we're going to have a new tree next year, we're going to go to a tree lot. Can't you see? The tree is meant to be. Can't you see? Donna, you cracked me up. My ribs hurt. Stop it. Oh my God. You guys crack me up. Oh, okay. I gotta stop. My ribs hurt. I haven't laughed in a long time. I've been too sick. And then sitting in one space for too many times. Now my sides hurt. We'd be rhyming up in here full of Christmas cheer. Oh my God, my sides hurt so bad. I haven't been doing much for like 3 weeks. Now I'm shaking the camera. Oh my God, stop it, my sides hurt. Yeah, I gotta stop it. Oh, breathe, breathe. I'm trying to add the word beehive in 25. You're bad. And live. Oh, hello, Miss M96. Merry Christmas. We're just being goofy. That's usually a thing here in our lives. We're just laughing fools. Oh my God, seriously, that hurt I feel like I just did sit-ups. Oh my God, that hurt my side so bad. Why does laughing hurt? Oh, well, that cool uncle got to the eggnog already, and now it's 19. Oh, Kathy, I will. Merry Christmas. I don't mind goofy. You can't be serious all the time. No, I am not. I mean, I think I can be too serious sometimes, but I try not to be. I rather laugh. I rather laugh anytime over being serious. Let's get back to the 80s, my beautiful ladies. Hey, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to make that a shirt. I wear it. Laughter hurts. Why does it hurt so bad? Oh my gosh, everyone's a poet and didn't even know it. Oh my God. We're a bunch, let me tell you. This is why you're my tribe. Dang, I'm old, born in the 60s. No, you're not. Not old. I'm just a child of the 80s. Oh my God, I hurt my side so bad. Like I feel like I have a muscle pinched. Good Lord, I feel like I just did 60 sit-ups. Woo! Oh, you turned 60? You were born in the 90s? My son was born 97. So my son was born in the 90s. I was born 79. 79. I was a child of the 80s. My teenage years were really in the 90s. My husband says I sound like a hyena when I laugh. Oh, Donna, you do not. I know I do. I have the craziest, most weirdest, stupidest laugh. You was born in 79 too? So we're probably, well, not probably. We're the same age. I just don't know. I was born in December, so either I'm older, a few months older, or a few months younger. Well, I'd have to be older, wouldn't I? Unless you were born in December too. You was born in 69. Your son was born in the 90s. Oh, December 3rd was your birthday. Well, happy belated birthday. You was born in 1996. My son was born in 1997. 1974. We was 80s babies. 80s and 90s. They were the good old years, you know. You were born on Valentine's. You were the baby of love. I was born 3 days after Christmas, and it stinks because nobody ever remembers my birthday. I got it bad. Listen, my birthday is May 17th, and you're adopted. Oh, my husband's adopted as well. Miss the big hair if I do too. From a December baby. Does everybody forget your birthday too? Indeed. And yes, big hair and everything. Yeah, I had perms until like I was 27. I permed my hair like every 6 months until like I was 27. Big hair. But I forget what I was going to say. I have no idea. Just what? I was a freshman in high school in 1979. Oh, really? It was weird to see it written out like that. Like, I almost didn't recognize that. I'm like, 1970. Oh, that's when I was born. 1982 here. I'm a June baby. No, I don't get any of that. Listen, you want to hear how bad it is? December 25th is Christmas. December 28th is my birthday. January 3rd is my wedding anniversary. I don't get nothing. That's because December 25th is Christmas. December 28th, I turned 18 because October 31st, I found out I was pregnant. Turned 18 December 28th. January 3rd, I had to get married because I was pregnant at 17. And 3 days after I turned 18, had to get married. So that's why that's the way that is. They were going back to the 80s, as John Mellencamp said. Hurt so good. Oh, that was one of my dad's favorite songs. I have a magnet that says, the bigger the hair, the closer to God. Oh, that's cute. Your wedding anniversary is December 6th. Right, you'd like, forget it. You're just like, no, it ain't happening. They don't, yeah. Birthdays, anniversaries, it just ain't happening. It's just not. Very close, so celebrating is all together. Yep, my brother and my son-in-law were born. My brother. Oh my goodness. My husband arranged for us to be married on, it is, oh my though. So he's a what is that, football? Is that football? Yeah, quarterback. Yeah. So he's into football. My husband loves football. I don't understand football. My husband is a huge Tennessee Titans fan, and I don't know why, because I don't think they've won in 2 years. Anything. My mom went to school with John Mellencamp, and I was friends with his songwriter daughters. I stayed in their penthouse a couple of times in Bloomington, Indiana. Wow! That's really cool. That's cool. I have a chance to literally, Bon John, wait a minute. Whoa. Why can't I say his name? Bon John Jovi? That's not how you say his name. John Jovi. Oh my God, how do you say his name? Why can't I say that? Bon Jovi, right? Is it Bon Jovi or is it John Bon Jovi? Oh my God. John Bon Jovi. Okay, yeah. Bon John Jovi. Bon John Bovi. Anyways, that dude. Why can't I say his name? Hi, Kelly. Merry Christmas. Anyways, he has opened it's been here for a very long time. He literally private Missy. I don't know why I couldn't say his name. I know exactly who he is. I can see his face. She called it the poodle hair days. Merry Christmas. Bon John's is those risque novels. Oh, okay. Anyways, literally 5 minutes down the road, he has a restaurant. It's kind of like a soup kitchen. He feeds, yes, I am. The ocean's in my backyard. He kind of feeds the poor, but he also has a restaurant where you can come in and pay whatever you can afford. And he's here every single weekend. But when we drive past it, the line kind of wraps around the buildings. We've never gone in. But if we would ever take the time to like go in, I could meet him. He's there all the time. And then like 5 exits from where I live is his service plaza on the New Jersey Parkway. It's the Bon Jovi Plaza. And it's got like, gas station and all that stuff. And it's named after him. And it's like 3 or 4 exits up from where I live. Right? I wonder if Jack and Diane are still together. Was my mom's favorite song. Yes, I am near the ocean. I think I said that. Jersey Shore is like in my backyard, but like it's not the ocean, it's the bay that leads out into the ocean is literally right behind my house. It's behind all the trees I show you guys all the time. The bay is right behind that. John, because he was kind of a jerk. Oh, really? My parents met him before he was a thing. They saw him at the Stone Pony before he was big. Like when my mom and dad were like in their 20s, they saw him before he was big at the Stone Pony. What is my name on TikTok? My main account is Missy Lynn 2.0, and then my author, which I just opened like 3 days ago, is The Pen Life. Yeah, maybe one day we'll brave the crowd and go in there and see if we can't spot him. You know, he's there all the time. And like last year, not this summer, but the year prior, like I think it was the year I first moved here, he brought his big tour bus in there. It's this plaza. I mean, literally. It's in Toms River, if anybody knows. It's literally right up the road from me. He brought his tour bus in and he did an outside concert. He had a big like circus tent out there and he did an outside concert right next to his restaurant. My husband and I saw it. We couldn't get in there, but we can see it from the road. Because we have to drive past that every Sunday to go to church. That's funny. You have verbal dyslexia? Is that what this is called? Verbal? Like, why couldn't I say his name? His David Bowie phase. That's hilarious. He sees this video, he won't meet with you. Oh, the place is awesome. So you've heard? Yeah, I've heard it is too. I've heard a lot about it. I heard that he does a lot of good. I saw on the news over the summer, it wasn't recent, but over the summer, he filmed a music video on the boardwalk at Seaside. He did David Bowie. Geez, I missed that. Kelly Savannah is really, really sick. She's really sick. Thank you for asking. And my baby's not doing well. The reason why you can't hear her, she's so quiet, because after she ate a little bit of eggs, she could barely eat. But she choked down a little bit of eggs. I gave her NyQuil, so I know she's gone. But she needs to sleep. That's the best thing for her. No. Are you asking me? No, we don't have any of that stuff. No fever, no heart, no pain, no angina, none of that stuff. Just really, really congested. I do not understand where all this snot comes from, but hey, you know, whatever. It does. It really stinks, Miss M96. It does. It stinks to be sick for Christmas. It truly does. We got her. I don't think she'll watch this. You know how I got a bike? I found the bike in the garbage. She's been talking about, Mom, if you're going to ride a bike, I need to learn how to ride a bike. I really want a bike too. We got her a bike for Christmas. I have it outside on our balcony, wrapped up in the tarp. So we have to bring it in Christmas night. I don't know if you guys heard me or not, but we both have, what? Germs home. We both had COVID 4 times each. Yeah, and this is my 4th. I've had it 4 times. Yeah, that's all she's talked about since I found that bike in the garbage. So I went and found her a mountain bike, the same color as mine. It's really nice. You guys will see it in the video after Christmas. So I hope that makes her happy on Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to give it to her. I almost want to give it to her now. And she cried. Aww. My daughter's 22. She does not know how to ride a bike. But this summer, she's going to learn. She has stuff with her equilibrium. Like, she hated swings when she was little. We didn't know she had problems yet, so we bought baby swings for her when she was first born. Oh my God. She couldn't do swings. Not at all. It's an equilibrium thing with her eyes. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to overcome that to ride her bike. So I'm so excited. So I know what's going to happen next is my husband's going to end up with a bike too. And that'll be our new thing. Anyways, I'll quit whispering. This is too much. This is like ASMR. It's kind of weird. Anyways, do you remember being a kid though? No. It's so funny that you said that. I have thought about that. Missy in chat. Good morning. Merry Christmas, Sari. Right, make it a family affair. That's exact. I bet you, I guarantee you, after Christmas, my husband will end up with a bike. Guarantee you. But anyways, do you remember being a kid and being surprised with like that one big thing? Like, do you have memories of like that one thing you really wanted, you know, and you got it? My husband and I always made it a point, especially with our son, to get them at least that one thing they really wanted, but we would always make it out to be like we'd hide it somewhere in the house or something, so that they would open up all the presents and think that was it and they didn't get it. And then we'd like eat dinner, and then I'd be like, yeah, there's like this present over there that I see. What is that? Or we'd make them like go on a hunt for it or whatever. We used to do that with our kids all the time. It made Christmas so interesting. The Barbie, was that Barbie? Oh, I can't pull it up. There it is. Barbie doll house. You were over the moon. Aw. Mine was a quad. I wanted a quad. I wanted to ride motorcycles with my dad. My dad was a big motorcycle guy. Not like on the road. He had like, it was a dirt bike. Dirt bikes, you know, you would ride up on the sand dunes and stuff like that. He loved all of that. And I wanted to be able to do something with him. So I wanted a quad. So the year my dad got me a quad, oh my God. But the one thing I wanted was a jewelry box with a dancing ballerina. Oh, how precious. Yeah, we did. That was like that. I have videos of him. Some of them are on my YouTube. And if you go back into like if you take the time to scroll all the way down in my Instagram, you'll see pictures of him. Like 1 year it was he wanted a PlayStation. We surprised him with a PlayStation. And what we did is the room that he was opening his presents, we set the whole PlayStation up. It was all set up and in the open. But because he was so focused on Christmas, he had no idea that it was already set up for him and ready to go. And he opened all his presents. We were sitting there doing our thing, and he was sitting on my dad's lap, and he looked over and he saw it on the table. I caught his face and everything. It was priceless. It was one of the best Christmases ever. Oh, Kelly! And block boosters. I get that. Wishes to eat now, so I shall see you next year. Love you all. Love you. Merry Christmas, Kimberly. I love light up shoes, and my grandma got me a pair. I screamed. Aww! Was just able to get on. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hi, Misty. Hi, sweetie. Merry Christmas. Yeah. As a parent, that was awesome. I loved doing those things for my kids. Back in the 60s, always wanted a Barbie that her elbows and knees would move. Oh, you never got one from Santa? Maybe Santa has to mail you one. You're never too old to have a Barbie. Now you can get a Barbie that actually everything moves. You fast forward automatically too. I think I know what you mean, Linda. Love getting Barbie dolls. Yep. Peaches and cream Barbie was my favorite. Aww. Aww. I'm trying to think back. What was one of the things? Oh, my quad. That was a big one when I got my quad. Oh, I know what another big one was. One Christmas, my parents put in a box that they were going to have a roller skating birthday party for me because I never had birthday parties because nobody would come to my birthday party 3 days after Christmas. So that they were going to have a roller skating birthday party for me in January. I'll never forget that as long as I live. That was like one of the highlights of my preteen years was having my very first boy-girl roller skating birthday party. Oh, high school class ring. I never got any of those. Oh, you cried. Those hollow Barbies were the worst. Yeah, I know exactly what you were talking about. They just broke, their heads would come right off. My husband doesn't want anything specific this year, and so he has been so hard to buy for, I feel like. Aw, I'm sure anything will. He's so sweet. Roller skating is the best. Merry Christmas, Lori Lou, New Jersey. Merry Christmas. I'm so glad you got to pop in. I think I hear my husband. I think he's home kind of early today. I think I heard him just pull in. So if all of a sudden, if my dog starts barking, you're going to get some Dozer ASMR. I loved getting a Dream Glow Barbie 1 year for Christmas when I was younger. I don't think I ever heard of that. A Dream Glow Barbie. Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, yes, I don't think I could roller skate now to save my life. But roller skating was my thing. I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and if I could have been Sunday. I lived at the roller rink. I loved the roller rink. Roller skating was one of my favorite things. And I remember when they came out with the roller skates that glow, that like the wheels had the lights and stuff on them. Oh, my God. I remember all of that. And then like the roller skates where the girls would put their pom-poms and stuff on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Loved roller skating. Got my husband some new towels. Because you wanted new towels. You loved your pom-poms and bells. Oh my God, I loved them. You think, I don't know, maybe if I lost 100 pounds, I would try again. And I don't think there's any roller rinks around here, but I know you can still get roller skates. I think you can still buy roller skates from Five Below, actually. If I lost 100 pounds, we'll make a pact. Make a pact with me right now. Pinky swear. I lose 100 pounds, I'll roller skate out on the parking lot. You had white skates with the purple pom-poms. I had white skates with teal pom-poms. How many times I went roller skating as a teen, I should have been a pro. I know. I could do the duck hunt thing, squat down real low, held my leg out. I could do the back. I did the back thing. I did it all. I could roller skate. Yes, pinky swear. Shuffle skated. I see them do that now. Now, that's something I never did. I never did that, but I see people do that now. That is really cool. I was pretty good at roller skating backwards. Shoot the duck. Yeah, you get down real low and you hold your leg out. Oh, you had rollerblades. We're going to do it, Lori. We're going to do it. Hi. You were fancy. We had the rental skates. Hi, Dozer. Did you hear him? You got a little Dozer ASMR. Wait, correction. Book lice? Wait a minute. What? What's book lice? Hi, Dozer. Yeah, did you hear him? He had a little Dozer ASMR. Watch my grandbaby grow. I do too. I want to see my children get married. I tell my son all the time, he was 27 years old and just bought his first house. You better get married and give me a grandbaby. My first time I went, I didn't know how to stop, so I just ran into that big pole. Oh, yeah, when I first was learning, you know how, like, you know, back in the 80s, they had the wall that went around the rink and it was carpeted? Yeah, that's how I stopped. He just ran into the wall. I'll never forget. Jeff's here. He'll vouch me on this one. 1 second, guys. I see a mic. I'm going to turn the mic off. Sorry about that, guys. My nose is just running. When you stayed on your feet, you held onto the wall. That's how I learned, too. You were a wall skater. When my husband and I were dating, one of our dates, we actually met. Our blind date between my husband and I was at a roller skating rink. But anyways, when we were like dating a little further in, we went to a roller skating rink. And my, hi, Jan. Honk, I'm sorry. We went to a roller skating rink and I don't know if one of my laces came undone. I don't know what happened, but something got wrapped around my wheel. And I mean to tell you, it threw me and I hit that rink so hard. Guys, when I got up off the floor, I was so dazed. I had no idea that when I got up, I had a button blouse that the 4 buttons on there popped right open. Jeff's running out onto the rink. And I thought he was coming to my rescue because I fell, but here he was trying. I didn't know what he was doing, but here my shirt had popped open. So everybody got a show that day. Thank God I was a lot thinner and looked okay. Oh, the suicide drinks. That's where they put all the drinks in together, right? All the different flavors. I remember those. Yeah. slick back, even with a tutorial. Can't do it yet. What's the matter with you? What are you making all them noises for? Well, because you can see it, right? You can see me doing this, can't you? That's not my fantasies are for. Hi, Jeffrey. They're all saying my favorite song. Now, don't judge me. This was before I knew Christ a lot. You know, I was raised in the church, but I had my rebellious area. I was pregnant at 17, okay? I had my rebellious area. My favorite song to roller skate to was Enter Sandman. Like, I loved to roller skate that. And I loved to go to the Boardwalk. And you know how you would get in that thing that looks like a spaceship and it would kind of like throw you back onto the wall because it spins so fast? That, I loved Hell's Bells. Like, whenever time I got on that, I would request, can you play Hell's Bells? I loved it. But that was my rebellious area. Yeah, I loved to roller skate to Enter Sandman. It was like rage skating. I was a very angry young girl back then. That spaceship ruined my back. Really? I loved it. I loved that thing. And ours would do, like, it would start out this way and then it would turn and it would come up on its axis and then spin you. I was like rage skating. I was a very young, angry person back then. So it was like the best. Shout out to Scouts, Enter Sandman. Yeah, right? We all had a rebellious stage. Honey, go in the other room. I'm live.
They actually heard that.
Yes, they can hear all of that. That's disgusting.
You did it.
I muted my mic.
Oh, okay. Should have muted it.
My spinning rides made me so sick. I loved them. I loved all those things. The only one that I didn't like was the spider. I could not do the spider. Do you know the spider, the one that had all like the arms and you'd get into like the little bucket and as the arms were doing all this stuff, the thing was spinning? That's the only one I couldn't do. Jeff fart, it makes for good content.
What is it?
Yeah, right? I'll lower my camera too so you can see dozer poop. I love to speed skate. To ride. Yes, I love speed skating too. Oh, I couldn't do it. Divorce him. I could never do that. I can get on the tilt-a-whirl. I could do all that stuff, but the spider, I could not do. Oh, I love them all, and now I can't even do the pirate ship. Are you kidding me? I don't even think I could do the merry-go-round. Antoinette says you're making music. Jeff music. So what? Mwah. Merry Christmas! The bubble wrapper. Now I'm rhythmic for You do Ferris wheels? I don't even think I could do it. Oh, I love the whip it. Yes, I used to love the whip it. I liked that. I don't think I could do any of that stuff now. My stomach is, after having babies, things just change.
If I were roller skated now, I'd break a hip.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You can't eat. Never mind, I'll just be quiet.
No, go ahead. Let's hear your comment in front of everybody else.
You can't even walk up the 2 steps of your truck without falling.
They can't hear that.
Anyway, Merry Christmas! Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned in my videos. I think I did. Jeff fell. He hurt his wrist the other day. Since I'm older, my favorite ride is the stores. Electric wheel car. hilarious. You're a hoot. I'd love to go have lunch with you one day. Ow, but that hurts. Stop making me laugh. Hello. Donna says hello. I don't think I told you guys. He fell. I think you all know my husband drives truck. The big trucks, an 18-wheeler. There's like 2 or 3 steps up into it. It was raining, I'll give him that. He tried to get up in his truck and whoop! He hurt his hand.
No, my wrist.
What? Hey, one of those electric share. A couple times also. Really? You know you're old when your 9-year-old says, Mom, you were born in the 1900s, right? Question for you. There is something called VA Comic-Con coming to my area in May. Wants to go to. I've never been to a VA Comic-Con, but usually the Comic-Cons are universally the same. And if he likes comics and he likes like all of that, oh God, what was I gonna say? Like all of those different characters, and he likes cosplay, and if he likes video games and all that stuff, it's definitely worth it. Like all of that will be there. My daughter's into anime, and anime is really, really big at Comic-Cons. So like if he loves anime, if he loves comic books, if he loves cosplay, the cosplay at these things are amazing. So like if he has favorite characters like Superman, Batman, a comic book character, and he likes anime, that stuff is huge at Comic-Cons. And the cosplay at these Comic-Cons are incredible. People, they invest hundreds and thousands of dollars into their cosplay outfits, and they take on to the like persona of their characters, like that stuff. And then you always have to pay extra, but if there's somebody at the Comic-Con that he specifically wants to see, you can pay like $50 extra on top of your ticket to have a picture and something autographed by them. It's usually ranging from $50 to $100 extra on top of your ticket. Anytime I've ever gone to a Comic-Con, they've been so much fun. They can be quite pricey. Depending on how much money you want to spend and how much you want to do, they can be expensive. It's the extras, though. Once you pay for your entrance, all of that's included. It's buying, it's autographs and meeting people and food and the vendors and all. That's the stuff that's all extra. And then if you ever want to, like, if, like, say there's somebody there that he really wants to see and they're having a panel, you usually have to pay extra for the panel. Like, Carol had to pay extra for us to go to the Outlander panel. And we got to meet all the characters from Outlander. That was extra. But it was incredible. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I can go on and on. Hey, Miss Missy, where did you get your black jacket where you were feeding the ducks with the other day? Please have a link for us. Okay, what is your name? Andamo Luca. I got that from Women Within. Type in Women Within. Tickets are only $12. Yes, the tickets are always cheap to get in. It's all the extras that you want to do. Like if you want to meet somebody, get autographs, sit in on a panel, that's where it can get a little pricey. Tickets to get in Comic-Cons are usually not that expensive at all. So it just depends on what you want to do. And just be prepared for a lot of walking. They're usually, I don't know, I've never been to one. I think that's Virginia. But the Comic-Cons that I've attended are usually massive. They're huge. That's usually why they're multiple days, because like you can't do the whole Comic-Con in one day. They're really big. At least the ones that I've attended. I think my favorite gift ever was a stereo with an 8-track player. I remember those. Where it would take multiple discs. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas! I don't know, was Evelyn leaving? Was that why we were saying Christmas? Erlene, was she leaving? Merry Christmas! Yes, yes, they are. It's fun. It's so exciting for kids. It's even neat as an adult, like to see the cosplay and how people really take on the persona of these characters and their cosplay outfits and like my husband and I we met a couple characters from The Walking Dead and we didn't know it at the time. Ralph Macchio was there. We didn't pay to see him, but we were standing in line to wait to go see Walking Dead characters. And Ralph Macchio actually brushed past my husband, like their shoulders touched. And, you know, because they touched, we looked. And as he walked by, we didn't even recognize him at first. But then he sat down behind his thing with his pictures behind him. And Jeff's like, oh my God, that's Ralph Macchio. So it's really cool. It's really cool. What'd you do? Take it off?
Rip the hairs out.
But anyways, it's really cool. It's a cool experience. If you're after a really cool experience, they are definitely cool. They're a neat experience. I think I've been to like 3 or 4 of them. My most recent being with Miss Carol when we went to the New York Comic Con. I don't know if she's still on here or not. He does. But when we saw, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. This is when I still lived in Pennsylvania. We did not recognize him at first at all until he sat down behind his, like they put him in booths and their pictures are behind them. And Jeff's like, oh my God, that was Ralph Macchio. The Karate Kid does not age. Did everybody see that he's going to be in a new Karate Kid movie? Yeah, Kelly. Yes, Savannah just showed me the preview for it. Aw, thank you, Donna. We had a blast. Carol was such a sweetheart. She was so good to me that day. We had so much fun, and all we did was talk. I think we did more talking than walking. The Karate Kid is a classic. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But they are a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a cool experience with your kid, that's a good one. I know Savannah loved hers, and I let her cosplay. Well, the very first one that I took her to, that's when the Descendants were real big, the Disney Descendants, and she dressed up as Mal, which made it even more fantastical for her because she got to do cosplay as well. You're going to run into like, Merry Christmas. I love you too. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Laugh a lot. Hello, Debbie. Merry Christmas. I know I need to let you guys go. I know it's Christmas Eve and you have so many other things to do but sit here and gab with me. Merry Christmas, CGH. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. Have a wonderful Christmas Eve. It's going to be a nice one. Even though Savannah's sick and I still sound like a nasally blech, it's still going to be a good day. Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas. Yes, what's your favorite Christmas song? You got a messy kitchen to clean up. You love my plants? Oh, thank you. I love plants. I asked for a plant for Christmas. And I'm procrastinating doing laundry. Aw, thank you, Vicky. I will. Well, I'm not going to hug her now because I don't want to get re-sick, but I promise I'll give her an air hug. And then when she feels better, I'll hug her for you. It is freezing here. Like I said, it was just hailing not too long ago. It's really cold here. But I'm going to let you guys go so you can enjoy your Christmas Eve. Thank you so much. Ooh, rhymes plants. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for all your prayers. I so appreciate you. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your day. I want to give you all big hugs and kisses. I don't know if you want me to because I'm all snotty, but I'd love to give you all hugs and kisses. So air hug. Oh, you're all sick over there too. Oh, God, I feel for you. I get it. Have a great day, everybody. I love you. Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. Who is your favorite actor/actress from the 80s? Mine is Val Kilmer. Ooh. Patrick Swayze. It's the first one that popped in my head, so it has to be him. Patrick Swayze. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.